Ladies and gents, music lovers and friends, welcome to the 4th episode of the Landmark Show. If you haven't heard the single in Ndlovu, consider this a formal invitation for you to do so as we continue on. Now, if you are well acquainted with me, you'll know that I love Africa so much that I had to do indigenous sound check some years ago. Big up to the lecturers and the teachers who used it as reference material in their junior and tertiary studies for their students. Today, I want us to touch on the way Africans communicate. See, a lot of times when people think about language, they think about words, phrases, and sentences. But in Africa, there are all kinds of non-language forms of expression that are just as important. Things like grunting, whistling, chanting, ululation, humming, growling are all part of African human non-linguistic vocal repertoire. Now, some people from other parts of the world might look at these forms of expression and think that they're primitive or uncivilized. But let me tell you, that couldn't be further from the truth. These are rich, nuanced, and sophisticated modes of communication that have developed over thousands of years as part of our lexicon from an expression point of view. Something as simple as a grunt can convey all kinds of meanings depending on the context. It can communicate agreement, disagreement, surprise, or even just acknowledgement. And when you hear a chant or humming or ululation, that can be a way of celebrating or mourning or expressing solidarity with others. Take an expression like "ga" in Xhosa, with origins tracing all the way back from the Khoi and even Afrikaans later. When someone in his Xhosa says "ga" and stares you down from top to bottom, you know that it sends some shivers down your spine. Now, can you think of an English word or expression with an exclamation of disgust, contempt, unspeakable, and strong distaste that represents something so foul and repulsive that is equivalent to "ga"? I don't think there is. It's guttural. It comes from the throat. It comes from the gut. Now, when you take musical accompaniment and then create a fusion by blending it with these distinct properties of non-verbal sounds and expressions, all of a sudden, you are into a different dimension that feels like another portal. I know that some of you are thinking, Landmark, this is a whole other wormhole inhabited by folks with tinfoil hats, but I'm being for real. You start realizing things like screams have acoustic signatures that are unique, and that there is an evolutionary adaptive value to crying. There is embedded meaning and emotion in the acoustic template of a sound based on its tonal or its harmonic structure. So, in closing, my friends, African communication isn't just about words. It's about the whole package, the tone, the rhythm, the inflection. It's about using your entire body to communicate. It's not just your mouth and not just comprehensible words. So next time you hear someone from Mother Africa using a non-language form of expression, don't dismiss it as primitive. Take a moment to appreciate the rich and complex history behind it and the incredible sophistication of African communication as a whole. Let's wrap it up right here. As always, I'm Landmark, and I'm out.